Hi guys, welcome back to Spice Channel TV. Thank you for always coming out here. If you're just joining us for the first time, please kindly subscribe and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. Now, with Nigeria's rising inflation and how it continues to push more citizens into poverty with the high cost of living and the purchasing power, food items, commodities, accommodation, clothing, electricity, education fees, and all other prices have all hit the rooftop. Yet the president is yet to implement policies that would bring tangible solutions to this crisis we are facing in the country. And Atiku have said that certainly with the way things are going, Tinubu will kill Nigerians with hunger. And I must say that this is not a joke. This is not a mere words. Atiku noted on how Tinubu will certainly kill Nigerians with hunger. Through his aide, Mr. Frank Shaibu, an aide to the former vice president, stated that the unprecedented hunger, the poverty, the hardship in Nigeria were all part of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's ultimate plan to disseminate Nigerians and to poricize them until they have no shred of dignity left. He asserted that the fallout of the policies of President Bola Tinubu's administration is killing Nigerians, adding that there are no efforts to stem the tides. The Special Assistant on Public Communication to the candidate of the PDP in the 2023 presidential election, Atiku, who made this known in a statement on Thursday, said rather than get to work, Tinubu continues to blame his predecessor, President Muhammadu Buhari, for handing him an empty treasury and a weak economy. He said Tinubu's government was also found of accusing the opposition of instigating mass protests. He urged that at least half of Tinubu cabinet members ought to have not been appointed in the first place, but that the president had decided to play politics while fuddling with Nigeria burnt. He noted how Tinubu's perspective on the economy had been limited by the fact that he had surrounded himself with his Lagos cycle and had put loyalty ahead of competence in his appointment process. So Tinubu, as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, knows little about Nigeria's economy, as he had been limited to only Lagos, which had always had a formal economy. The president knows nothing about security. The president knows nothing about building a national economy. Hence, he's over-reliant on the IMF and other multilateral organizations. So you see the fallout of the shambolic policies of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led APC administration. It is certainly killing Nigerians, even as there are no efforts to stem the tide. With the unprecedented hunger, the poverty, the hardship in Nigeria, these are all part of Tinubu's ultimate plan, just to disseminate Nigerians and to make them look small, and they have no shred of dignity left. Until Nigerians have no shred of dignity left, Tinubu is like a quack doctor trying to treat a cancerous patient. But the quack doctor is likely to kill the patient even faster than the cancer itself. This is the dire situation that Nigerians have found themselves in. Rather than go to work, Tinubu continues to blame the former president, his predecessor, Muhammadu Buhari, for handling him over an empty treasury, a weak economy, and the opposition for instigating mass protests. He talks as if Buhari was not a member of their diseased APC. He also forgets that his own kaku-baku policies and his fallout are what is instigating the mass protests across the country. On Tinubu's watch as the president, poverty has reached an all-high, with the food inflation at 33%. He noted that the resulting effect would be a drop in unemployment, a rise in suicide levels, an increase in crime, as well as a spike in the number of out-of-school children. Operators in the private sector of the economy. They continue to complain about how the Tinubu's administration has led them into uncertain times, resulting in about 10 million small and micro businesses being closed. With the free fall of the exchange rate and the hazardous nature of the government policies under this Tinubu's administration, it has really made a rubbish of the projections made by businesses during the last quarter of 2023. In the past, we all know garri and beans were considered food for the poor, but even today, the poor cannot afford to buy beans, which now cost about 1,500 per mudu, and with no prospects of a stop in the rising prices. The normal SMA baby formula now costs 8,000 naira and more, from 2,200 2,000 as it was being sold in the past. Just over a year ago, a 50 kg bag of rice that was sold for 47,000 naira last year, but today it is 77,000. Beans that was sold for 36,000, now look at it is being sold for 42,000 and more. Imagine, even the agbado corn that Tinubu used in campaigning is also expected to go up by over 25%. The tragedy now is that a vast majority of Nigerians whose means cannot afford a decent meal unfortunately contend with staples meant for animals. It's been said that many people consume rejected rice grain by millers. Just last month, a female banker committed suicide inside the banking hall, claiming that the economic hardship is unbearable. Now look at how Nigeria has, turned into another thing. This was a man who advised the government to recruit 50 million youths into the Nigerian army in order to tackle unemployment. His Balabu economic prescriptions have gradually brought Nigeria to its knees, putting the naira as the worst performing currency in Africa. And even after removing petrol subsidy and forcing the CBN to float the currency, he promised to provide palliatives for Nigerians and then went ahead to approve a 3 billion naira to review the social register, monies that were meant for the poor. These monies were being stolen by his appointees. A separate 40 billion meant for poor Nigerians was diverted, and his interior minister, Oluwabumi Tujiojo, whose company got a questionable contract from this humanitarian fund, is still keeping his job. This president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ought to have suspended all humanitarian programs amid the hardship under the guise of this investigation. So it seems that Tinubu's ultimate goal is to make Nigerians to suffer. So my country people, Nigeria is facing a heavy crisis. Tinubu rode to power on a lie that he transformed the Lagos economy. He transformed Lagos State. He did this in Lagos State. He did that in Lagos State. And then he became the president of this country. Now he has failed to perform on the national level. He thought he would, use a miracle to perform on a national level like he did on a state level. So guys, what are your thoughts on this? I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts concerning this in the comment section. Thank you.